Good morning all, hope you're doing well. If you're with me live, I hope that you had a good weekend. If you're looking or watching through at a later date, I hope you have a good practice. This morning will be a 45-minute class, Foundation Hatha. That's our beginner friendly, beginner accessible class. Feel free to play, feel free rather to play around to practice, but always remembering no pressure, no force, working within your own comfortable limits. So sitting in a seated position which is most achievable and comfortable for you, but know that you can come rather to a lying down position if that is necessary. With the spine lifted if you're seated, perhaps you choose to adopt a mudra or hand gesture, choosing one that's appropriate and comfortable for you. If you're lying down, just readjusting the body to a point where you feel that the body is held and the body is comfortable. No matter where you choose to be, eyes closed and the mouth closed. And just giving yourself a moment to really arrive and to land and to create space. In an effort to really draw your awareness into the room and away from whatever's been occupying your mind, just take a moment to check in through the physical body and the mind. Note how the body feels. And note the condition of the mind. Is it present? Or is it occupied with things outside of the room? When you've checked into the physical body and the mind, bring the awareness to the breath, with the intention of simply witnessing and experiencing the breath. And we'll experience the breath at the very tip of the nose, without trying to create. Just note the body's reaction. Note the sensation. The sensation for the incoming breath. The sensation for the outgoing breath. If the mind begins to wander, be patient, be compassionate with yourself, softly bring it back. Be with the full cycle of the breath. If you're in a seated position, please do remain as you are. If you've chosen a lying down position, just take a few moments to stir, come to your side. When you feel steady, gently push up, any seated variation. Namaste mudra. If comfortable, palms are lightly pressed as you take a moment to set an intention, a sankalpa, or dedication for your practice. Release your hands, chin to chest, a few gentle blinks, opening of the eyes. Namaste. We'll softly raise the knees up, bring the knees nice and high, crossing the legs over if not already there. Knees come high, hands can be behind if you need to. If it feels good, just go for a clasp of a wrist or a forearm. Maybe it's the thighs or the shin. Sit as tall as you can. Retract the neck back a little, chin back a little towards the throat. This is good. Begin to put a little conscious effort into your breathing if you haven't already done so. In through the nose, out through the nose, best you can. All is well here. Keeping the gaze front and the chin retracted back a slight bit. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. If there's any pinching on the right side of the neck, mindful of the depth. Don't move into pain or discomfort. Beautiful, back through the center. Left your left shoulder, maintaining it there for a moment. And smoothly back, taking care as you return. Releasing the clasp of the hands if you're there, and we'll re-adopt the cross-legged position or coming to the first time. If you were in a lying down position. Sitting as tall as you can, spine is lifted, hand support to the side or behind if you need to, but if it feels good and steady, hands are closer to your knees. Keep the spine lifted, we'll begin to rotate through the torso, just going in one direction, whichever direction calls you first. Begin with smaller rotations, just inquire and feel the body's reaction through the hip, lower back, around the waist. Feels good, all's responding well this morning. Bigger rotation. And then changing direction. As you change, you start a line of inquiry with smaller rotation. Each direction, each side being different. Progressing towards the bigger if it feels good. Breath flows. Beautiful. And back to center. Spine is lifted. Hand support as you need to, but if it feels good, maintaining the hands as they are. They can even be closer to the knees, rolling through the spine and moving with the breath. As you inhale, there will be a slight tilt of the pelvis front and you feel a mild arch through the lower back. Continue to progress slightly and steadily through the middle back. Lift the chest a little and slightly look up if it's comfortable for the head. As you exhale, slight tuck under the pelvic. Feel there's a light rounding of the lower back. Feel the middle back. If it feels good, you can even lean back into a little, the upper back. Then release the head. Inhale, smoothly feel an arch. Exhale, round, lower, middle, upper, releasing of the head. Inhale, arch, begin at the lower back, middle back, upper back. Slightly lift the head, no pressure on the back of the neck. Exhale, round, lower, middle, upper, head. Inhale. Exhale. If it feels good, be there for a moment, but if you have any tenderness in the lower back region, please mindfully apply, don't fight for that. Beautiful. Inhale smoothly back to a lifted spine. Sitting as tall as you can. Keeping the spine centered, we get a little twisted. Right hand, right side and behind, the left hand hooks over the thigh. As you inhale, sit as tall as you can. As you exhale, twist through the torso, comfortable for the neck, the gaze follows. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to your left. Inhale, center. Exhale to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, back to center. We'll come to standing. If you need to use hand support, please do so. If you're just playing around, coming up without hand support, you can use any variation that you're familiar with. If you're unfamiliar, you're welcome to sweep both legs to the side. Taking the time, coming up onto both knees. This is good. Step one, leg front. Step at a good distance front so the front foot is fully grounded, heel to toes. Hand support if you need to, or hands out to the side. Tuck the back toes and push the feet away from each other. Smoothly come up. Coming up and coming to standing, coming to Tadasana. Facing the long edge of your mat. I'm going to turn on some lights, it's a little dark. That's a little better. So coming to Tadasana, facing the long edge of your mat. Feet together, toes and heels to touch. Hands come to the sides of the body. Palms are facing your thighs, fingers a little spread. Gaze is straight ahead. Chin is a little back. Bring your awareness into your feet and just shift the weight around for a moment. How are you sharing the weight? Endeavour to share it evenly all directions. When you're feeling steady through your feet, second foundation, base of pelvic is a light drawing up action, which activates below the navel, the whole body becomes engaged. Steady breath. Beautiful. This feels good. Hands in front of the thighs, a few gentle rounds of ankle stretches as you move. Focus on a point front view. If any challenge in the ankle or the knee, perhaps keep the heels grounded. Just play around with raising the arms. As you inhale, raise the arms. Feels good raising the toes. The intention is arm in line with the ear, but don't fight for height. As you exhale, simultaneously release the arms and release the heels. Inhale, smoothly raise it. Exhale, release. How slow and steady can you work? Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale, smoothly raise it. Exhale, release. Inhale, keep the hips back as you raise, smoothly coming up. Oh, and it feels good. Be there for a moment. What's the response? Base of pelvic lightly engaged. Long and steady breath. Focus on your point. Beautiful. Now you're welcome to release the heels if necessary, but if you're just playing around, maintain focus on your point. Stepping the right foot out to the side. Working about 3 foot apart or so, a little wider than your shoulders if you can. This is good here. Next exhale, flip the palms to face out. If you're still on the heels, simultaneously release the arms and release the heels. Work the arms to shoulder height. All is well here. Bring the arms straight out in front. Flip the palms to face the ceiling. Bend at the elbow. Create a 90 degrees. Elbow to shoulder in a straight line. If this is fatiguing, please take rest at any moment. Don't fight your practice. As you inhale, open up your arms, expand your chest, flip the palm to face front. You're welcome to take the elbows behind the shoulder line, but not as a result of trusting the ribs. Sternum is back. As you exhale through the center, can you bring the elbow and the forearm together? Inhale, open up the arm, expand the chest. Exhale, center. Inhale, smoothly open. Exhale, center. Inhale, open up the arm, expand the chest will come to shoulder level. Elbow in line with the shoulder. This is good here. Your next exhale, release the lower arm down. Inhale, smoothly back. So think moving from the bicep. Exhale, releasing the arm down. Inhale, back. Exhale, smoothly coming down, but mindful of any pinching, don't move into pain. And be there for a moment. We're moving from the shoulder. Think bicep moving. Recognize the shoulder isn't hiking up next to the ear, getting the shoulder blade involved. Recognize where that edge is. Inhale, smoothly back. Beautiful. Extend your arms out straight. Flip the palms to face down. And take your feet to be a little wider now. So you're progressing towards Utthita Hatha stance, 3.5 to 4 foot apart, heels in line, feet parallel. And we'll release the hands for a brief moment. And light rolling out of the shoulders, one direction. And then changing direction, no force. If you're feeling there's a challenge in your shoulder this morning and particularly fatigued, you can work from hands and the thighs. If you're mindfully applying in your practice, we'll be at that shoulder height. Little challenge in the coordination, so take the time. As you inhale, flip your right palm to face the ceiling. Bring your right arm to be nice and straight in line with the ear. Create this 90 degrees between both arms. Sternum is back. As you exhale, fold to your left. Inhale, back. Exhale, release the right arm. Shoulder height, flip the palm. Inhale the left, flip the palm. Arm in line with the ear. Exhale, fold to your right. Inhale, back. Exhale, release. Inhale, right. Exhale, fold. Inhale, back. Exhale, release. Inhale, left. Exhale, fold from the waist. Inhale, back. Exhale, release. Inhale, right. Smoothly raise it. Exhale, fold to your left. Maintain the gaze straight ahead. You're folding from the waist. Sternum is ladled back. If you find this challenging for the arms, please have them on the side of the body. Mind if you're not dropping the head, keep the head active around mid-level. Breathe. Inhale, smoothly up. Exhale, release the right. Inhale the left. Flip the palm. Arm in line with the ear. Exhale, fold to your right. Just notice, maintain it for a moment. Beautiful opening starting from the left side of the body, starting from the hip, then working its way up the side of the body. Inhale smoothly up. Exhale, release the left. Both palms to face front. All is well. As you inhale, bring the arms in line with the ears. Heel toe your feet together. And turn towards the front of your mat. So turning towards the short edge of your mat. A foot's distance or so from the front of the mat. Back bending, forward folding. Mindfully apply. Choose a depth that's appropriate for you. Maintain a bend in the knees throughout. As you inhale, smoothly top the pelvis, push the hip front. Gentle back bend, but don't drop the head back. Slight gaze up. As you exhale, push the hip back, then walk forward from the hip line. Fold deeply, choose your appropriate depth, swing the arms and release the head if comfortable. As you inhale, good bend in the knee, arm in line with the ear, push through the feet, smoothly coming up, gentle back bend. Exhale, no dizziness, mindful of the depth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale, how firm are your feet? Still sharing that even weight. Exhale. Inhale, keep the bend in the knee. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, slow it down as you come up. Keep the bend in the knee, tuck the pelvis, slight back bend. Keep the gaze at just a slight angle up. If you have any challenge in your back and your body, please don't maintain the hold. Stand nice and tall with straighter legs, spine uplifting. Feels good, bend the knee, tuck the pelvis, and hold it there for a moment. Recognize the beautiful reaction in the front of the body. Beautiful. Next exhale, begin to work from the front of the hip line. Real slow and steady. Swing the arms back and release the head. How firm are your feet? As you inhale, just releasing of the arms. Maintaining the forward fold. Arms heavy. The head is heavy. Not essential to bring the hands to the mat. If comfortable, they're here. They rest here, but they bear no weight. Feeling where you're sharing that weight in the feet. All is well here on the inhale. Lift the head, gaze slightly front. If your fingertips are working towards the mat, they can rest here for a brief moment. Bring your attention into your knees. Have a little bend in the knee. And then can you lean back to where your knee is located over your ankle. So this is your first alignment point and you can be here. If this feels good, however, we'll begin to bend the knee further. So the intention is bending the knee to the point where your hip is in line with the knee almost and the knee staying over the ankle. Fingertips can be in front. Feels good, palms to press. Still good, then bring the chest up. And then be here for a few steady breaths. Recognize if your knees are dropping in towards each other. Can you have your knees pointing in the direction of the toes? You're already halfway there. Recognize the beautiful reaction through the lower abdomen, through the inner thighs, through the groin, tops of the feet. Beautiful. Releasing the hands, straighten the legs a little, come into a soft sway side to side. Coming to rest with your sway, bend your knees as much as you need to get the fingertips in front of the feet now, or the palms, at shoulder distance apart, and keep the feet at this lining, but walking your feet towards the back of the mat. Good distance between the feet. Good distance between the hands and the feet also. The torso works smoothly back. And bend in the knees if you have any challenge in your shoulder in particular, or even through the lower back. Feels good playing around working towards straighter legs. Spread the fingers. If this is challenging, you can ground the knees at any moment. Super. Next inhale, softly bring your shoulders over your wrists. Come into Dvapata, the plank pose. If you find this challenging, any moment, ground your knees. if it feels good, or if you're mindfully applying even in your practice. Steady up, just a few breaths. Gaze slightly front, sternum's a little drawn back and heels push away. Super. If you haven't already done so, ground your knees. Come down whichever way is necessary. If it's accessible and comfortable, squeeze the elbows close, your thighs, your belly, your chest and your chin. On top to toes, feet together, toes to heels and heels to touch. If it's challenging, ground your chin. Please be with your forehead. Little practice, progress towards your chin. Hands are now back either side of the chest. Fingers spread, elbows point up and they're also working towards each other, towards the center line of the body. The base of the pelvic and the buttock muscle lightly engaged. Mindful, you're not over tightening, but you are active through your lower body. As you inhale, roll your shoulder, raise your head and raise your chest. Be slightly front, but no pressure on the neck. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, roll the shoulder, raise head and raise the chest. Exhale, coming down. There's no pressure on your neck, no pressure on your lower back. Inhale, smoothly raise it. And if it feels good, be there. A few steady breaths. If it's part of your practice and you're familiar, you're welcome to raise your hands up off the mat. But keep the shoulder rolling open. Keep that length in the back of your neck. If necessary, drop your chin. Beautiful. Grounding your palms if you've raised them as you exhale, roll down. Chin or forehead grounded. Hands down by the sides of the body. And turn your right cheek to rest on the mat. So you'll be looking to your left. Right cheek rests on the mat. If this was challenging for your neck, ground the forehead or ground the opposite side. Note the response. Back of body, lower back. Smoothly back to center, chin or forehead grounding. Take the hands underneath the thighs, but slide them in at a slight angle. Similar engagement for the Shalabhasana, but the Ardha Shalabhasana, so the single leg raise. Staying as centered as you can, lower body active. As you inhale, raise just the right leg. Mindful that you're not rolling to your left and the leg works straight, even if it's only a slight degree that you raise. Exhale, release. Inhale, left. Exhale, release. Inhale, right. Exhale, release. Inhale, left. Exhale. Inhale, right. Exhale. Inhale, left. No pressure. Exhale. Inhale, right. Exhale. Inhale, left. Exhale. Take the hands out from underneath the thighs. You can allow them to be down by the side of the body. Now turn your left cheek to rest on the mat. So you're looking to your right. Breathe. Feel. Next inhale back to center. Chin or forehead grounded. If all is well through the shoulder and the neck region, I'll encourage you to take your hands out in front, palms facing down. If you have any challenge in the neck and the upper back, please have the hands on the sides of the body and be with the variation we just went through of this single leg raise. Don't fight. Just play. Little challenge in the coordination, alternate arm, alternate leg. As you inhale, raise your right leg, left arm. Feel steady, gaze is front and the head and chest slightly raise. As you exhale, the leg, the arm, the head and the chest return to ground. Inhale without jerking, smoothly raise. Exhale, release. Inhale, raise. Exhale. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Exhale. Inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale. Exhale, smoothly come down. Stack the palms on top of each other and allow your forehead to rest directly on the palms. Just 3 steady breaths. Beautiful. This is good. If your arms are extending out in front, I'll encourage you to extend them out in front. If you do have a challenge in the upper back or the neck, return to the Bhujangasana, which will be the cobra breathing where it's the first variation, the back bending, of raising just the head and the chest. If all is well, you're just playing around with your practice this morning, you've no fight in your lower back, you've no fight in your neck, we'll just go through one round of flying. The intention is raising the head, the chest, the arms and the legs. Lower body's active. As you inhale, raise the arms, raise the head, raise the chest and raise the leg. And be there for a moment. Arms almost in line with the ears. But no fight. Recognize your response. Lower back, response through neck. Breathe. Even if you're just a quarter of a millimeter off the mat, mindfully applying your practice. Little by little you build. Exhale, smoothly come down. Softly land. With care, take your feet to be almost as wide as your mat and turn your feet out so the inner edge of the big toe and the inner ankle are grounded. Play around with the distance between the feet, each of us being different. Bending at the elbow, right hand, left shoulder, left hand, right shoulder. Allow the elbows to slide in front. Chin under, crossed over wrists or forearms. If this is uncomfortable, maybe you stack the palms and forehead rests on the palms. Tune into a few gentle rounds of your Makarasana breathing, the crocodile breath. As you inhale, tighten lightly through the buttock muscle and base of pelvic. As you exhale, release. And we'll continue for 5 long and steady breaths. One more breath. Beautiful. Softly bring your feet smoothly back together. With care, bring your hands back either side of your chest. Now please be mindful through the lower back reaching. As you push the hands into the mat, bend at the knees, take the knees wider. Adho Mukha Virasana, the downward facing warrior, the resting warrior, big toes together. The intention is sitting all the way back in the heel, but you can be anywhere before that. The first variation and option is to extend the arms out in front, and maybe your forehead comes to the mat. If that's uncomfortable, you can play around with stacking fists, or stacking palms, or stacking fists, and forehead resting here. The hips can be higher if need to. No pressure on the neck. Choosing which is best for you. A few steady breaths. If your arms are extended out in front, lightly push away the mat. Breathe. Beautiful. Lifting the head slightly, the gaze is front. If your arms aren't extended out in front, please do extend out in front if that's comfortable for you, with the head raised. The intention here is a downward facing dog. Being aware that the distance between our hands and feet is correct for downward facing dog, so we'll endeavour to maintain that as we come up. But you can be here or choose any of the steps as you come in. Being as you are, little practice however, raise the hip, then take the feet to be shoulder distance apart, take the toes under. Still good, raise the knees. All is well. Push the hip up and back. The torso works slightly back towards the thighs. The gaze is straight down. Work towards straighter legs, but bending the knee is welcome. Maintaining that good distance between the hands and the feet. Try not to be tempted to walk the hands or feet towards each other. Long, steady breath.
Feels good here. Keep the toes where they are, but just put a very mild bend in the right knee and stretch the left heel towards the mat, and the ball of the left foot drags mat towards the back. Beautiful. And the bend in the left knee. The right heel works towards the mat, and the ball of the right foot is dragging your mat away from the hands. Beautiful. A bend in both knees. Now if this is good, just playing around with your practice, bring your feet and your knees together. All is well here. Dropping your knees towards the mat without grounding your knees, keeping them slightly up. Then begin to walk your hands back towards you. Bring your bum to sit on your heels, good bend in the knee. Sitting back as best you can into a variation of the Balasana. Perhaps the heels are just a little off the ground and knees are wide. If you have any challenge in the ankle, the hip or the knee, please don't fight. You could also be here in a seated position, feet together and drawing your chest through. So choose which is best, never fight for that. I know many of you know where we're going. If all is well here, the intention is a slight hop front. If hop front is uncomfortable, you can scooch front. But we'll move slow and steady. The hands front, take an inhale. Exhale might be just a small hop. Feels good, it could be a bigger hop. If necessary, you can scooch front. Whichever way is best for you. Make your way all the way towards the front of the mat by hopping front or scooching front. Once you've arrived and you're still on your toes, you're still up on your feet, and your heels aren't too far off the ground, if the bum isn't too far from the ground, we can play around with releasing back. If it is high up off the ground, perhaps you just ground the knees, come to a seated position in whichever way is best. All is well, however. Extend the arms front. As you inhale, sit back. But don't fight. Take care. Once you've arrived, soles of the feet come together and we'll allow the knees to drop out. Taking the hands behind, heel of the palm, come close to the bum, forearms close to the middle back, and the shoulders roll. If this is a challenge, hands far away as you need to and lean away from the hips. No matter where you are, a few rounds of the butterfly movement. Releasing the knees up and down. Spine is lifted. Chin is a little back. Breath flows. Super. Come to the rest of the movement. Little hand support will raise the knees up. Then extend the legs out in front and take the knees, let the feet be as wide apart rather. Now if you have any challenge in the back of the body, perhaps you only bring your feet to be as wide as your mat. So about 2.5 foot or so apart. And a bend in the knees if necessary, hand support as you need to. If comfortable, you can play around with legs wider, straighter legs, and toes pointing up towards the ceiling, so your heels are pushing away. We'll all take our hands behind you. If you can, the hands are a little closer. If necessary, perhaps you lean away from it, but not a collapsed spine. Keep the spine lifted. And we'll be here for a moment. How tall can you sit? How active can you be through the legs? Heel pushes away, toes up to ceiling. Breathe. Super. Now you can maintain as you are. This is beautiful work. But if all is well, we'll go for a slight little flow folding over, intentional folding over one leg at a time. Your right hand outside edge of the right leg. So this helps you to push back into keep the body in a center line. Left hand reaches for the right thigh, the shin, the ankle or the foot. But the outside edge of the left buttock muscle remains grounded. As you exhale, slightly fold. Inhale back to center. Exhale to your left. Left hand outside edge to keep you center. Reach with the right hand anywhere on the left leg. Inhale, center. Exhale to your right. Don't fight for that. Keep the gaze on the right big toe. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. And be there for a moment. Maintain focus on the right big toe. You can have double hand support if you need to. Really push off the right hand to keep you more center. Steady breath. Breathe. Inhale, center. Exhale to your left. Any degree is welcomed. Focus now on your left big toe. Beautiful. Inhale smoothly back. Take the hands underneath the knees. Help to put a bend in the knees. Smoothly bring the feet together. Turning towards the long edge of your mat if you're not already, or the short edge, my apologies, of your mat if you're not already there. And take care. Roll on your back. Once you're on your back, rolling side to side with the thighs hugging nice and close to the chest. But note where your chin is. It's not jutting up towards the ceiling. It glides slightly back towards your neck, so the neck is long. Beautiful. Come to rest with the rolling. Keep the bend in the knees and welcome the soles of the feet to the mat. Feet as wide as your shoulders. Heels to touch the fingertip. Knee is over the ankle. Push the feet into the mat. Buttock muscle lightly engage as you inhale. Raise your hip. This is good. Feel the movement up through your middle back so the ribs begin to lift. This is good as you continue to inhale the upper back with no compromise in the neck. As you exhale, roll down to the upper back. Then feel your middle back, the back of the ribs. Then feel the lower back. Inhale, pressurize the feet. Your lower back lifts first. Middle back, upper back. Feet are strong, feet are firm. Exhale, releasing down. Upper, middle, lower. Inhale, pressurize your feet, smoothly pushing up. Coming up to your comfortable edge, and then be there for a few breaths. If you're holding, however, note that there's no strain on your neck. There's no pressure on your hip to your lower back, and no fight on your knee. Keeping the neck steady. I know it may be tempting to look at the screen, but keep the gaze straight ahead. Feel that firmness in your feet in all directions. Breathe. Each inhale, go a little higher, but push the hip up. Note that you're not leading the lift from your ribs. Exhale, release, upper, middle, lower back. But take care, there's no rush. Once you're grounded, the feet together. Extend the left leg straight. Draw the right thigh towards the chest. Grab it with the left hand. Extend your right arm to the side. Shoulder height, palm faces down, or a cactus arm as you exhale. Get a little twisted. Draw your right leg towards the left side of the body. Gaze to your right, but no pressure on the neck. Focus on grounding the back of the right shoulder. If it elevates to any degree, if it's not touching the ground, bring the leg back towards center. Then get twisted from there once the shoulder is grounded. Inhale, center. Extend the right leg straight. As you exhale, bend the left knee now. Grab the left leg with the right hand. Left arm straight up shoulder height or cactus arm. Get a little twisted. Feels good. Gaze to your left. So the left leg is going to your right and the gaze to your left. Back of left shoulder grounding now. Need to exhale a little deeper in the twist. Beautiful. Inhale, center. On the exhale, the right knee to meet the left. Grab the legs. Head towards the knees, around the spine, nice tight butt. Tight as you can. Inhale, release the head. Release the legs. Release and rest for a few moments in Shavasana. End of your practice.
Readjusting the body into whichever position is necessary for you for a few moments of Shavasana, legs straight or knees bent, on the side of your body or on the front. No matter where you choose to be, eyes closed, mouth closed. As you come to the end of your practice, you're endeavouring to be completely effortless and opening up the space to welcome all of the beautiful changes that have been brought about by your practice. And within this space, know that there's nothing more required of you. There's nowhere you need to be right now. There is nothing to be done. Simply by being here is more than enough. And within this freedom, within this allowing, set your attention free to move through the land of the resting body and to note sensation. Note any change or response to your practice. As you begin at the toes, note any vibration or pulsing or response to the toes. Move up through the ankles and the knees, through the hips and the whole of the pelvic region. Note any response in the spine, lower, middle and upper. Note the response in the belly, the ribs, the chest, through the hands, elbows and shoulders, through the neck, the face, the whole the region of the head. Notice the response, any pulsing, any vibration, any reaction to your practice in the whole body. The whole body. Notice the response to the whole body. From this whole body awareness, we'll gently begin to bring the feet together. Extend the right arm up overhead and behind. Left hand on the belly. The left leg is straight, or the left knee is bent rather, and the right leg is straight. With care, roll to your side. And once you feel steady with the eyes closed, push up to any seated variation. Spine lifted. Coming to the end of your practice, just take one moment to note any difference to the start of your practice, physical body or mind. And gently rubbing the palms. Create some heat. And placing the hands over the eyes, gently up. I'm going to extend a massage throughout the region of the face. Take the hands a little distance away from the eyes. And gently blink the eyes open, gaze into the palms. Namaste. Thank you all so much. I hope you had a good practice. I hope the rest of your day goes well. I look forward to connecting with you in your next practice. Thank you.